Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy 005 Dynasty. I'm back with another video, and this video is gonna be pretty quick, guys. I had somebody make a pretty cool comment, and they said, "Train your ears, not buy more gear." And I thought that was such a great comment, and it's basically like what I've been talking about, man. Like, worry about your sound, how your sound starts, like what is your starting point for your songs, your instrumental beats, your thought process when it comes to just songwriting before you actually go out and purchase a piece of gear. And you have to know your intent, and you also have to educate yourself, because the companies are not going to educate you. They're going to show you the glitz, the glamour, what this machine or these machines can do, but they're not going to educate you on what their machines actually do in the workings. So if you rush out to go buy an MPC XL or go rush out to buy an MPC Live Mark III, you need to know what these machines actually do and not the glitz and the glamour that they show you. So that's the reason why I'm on my website right now, because I'm showing you a little bit before it's actually done. It's not fully done, but my website is going to show you what 005 Dynasty does. But not only what I do, but the inner workings, like my philosophy, like my quotes, how I break everything down, like my mental aspect from a young adult all the way up until I am right now. You know what I mean? So you're going to get to see like the days when I lived in the hood, and I was out there in the streets wilding out. You're going to get to see my Gears of War 2 days when I was playing Gears of War, and I started a clan known as 05 HJT that ultimately had to rebrand the name into 005 because of conflicts with Epic Games, Gears of War, the Gears of War 2 community manager, and then having the name banned on Microsoft, so we couldn't use that gamer tag anymore, the 05 HJT, which was rebranded to 005, right? So my website is me. You're going to get to see the inner workings. So it's almost complete, right? I'm still working on it, guys. But when it comes to music, guys and girls, what you have to understand is everything is marketing, promotion, propaganda, and for people to try to sell you on something that you probably don't need, and most likely you don't need, okay? That's why my phone alarm's going off. This generation is the copy and clone era, right? This is a term that I've coined, the copy and clone generation, right? Because everybody's copying and cloning something that is deemed successful, and everybody wants money, and everybody wants their company to stay afloat, and they want their brand to stay very, very popular, and they want to create generational wealth. So some people have created that already, and they want to keep that status, and some people are trying to get to that status, so they copy other people in something that might be successful. So people don't go out there and use their own minds and their own creativity to create anymore. You very rarely see new inventions. You very rarely see new genres of music that are being created. You very rarely see people experimenting with sound in a way that other people can enjoy, and ultimately create a new genre of music. And you don't see people creating new genres of music that is so, vast, is so like open-ended that people can create new genres off of your genre. You don't see that. So that's where Ghost Wav music comes into play, because the way that it is designed, it frees up people to build their own genre just off of Ghost Wav. And I think that's pretty cool. But so guys, train your ears and not buy more gear. I thought that was a great comment. And train your ears could go in multiple ways. Like, some people train their ears to really, really become great musicians, right? And some people need to train their ears to listen to great information when it's coming in, so then they can make so they can have great intent when making decisions, right? Instead of buying machines that are like direct, and they're embedded machines, like they're dedicated embedded machines. meaning like such like the MPCs is a dedicated machine, and all the stuff that's inside is embedded in it, and it's made specifically for one task. So it might seem like it's more powerful than it really is, because it's only doing one job. But when you put it into perspective to a computer that does multiple functions and operates on multiple different levels, it's night and day. A computer would tap dance around a dedicated embedded machine, but they can market and promote to you that this dedicated machine is powerful when God, I can't even get it out. Actually, in all reality, it's mediocre. It's not powerful. So somebody sent me a message on Instagram, guys, and this person who sent me the message on Instagram is pretty cool. They follow me on YouTube, and the message on Instagram was showcasing somebody who was talking about the MPC XL, and how great it was, and like the machines back in the days, they couldn't play the same stuff that they was playing on this MPC XL. Like, so this guy knew how to play the piano, or like, what I'm saying, the synth, right? So he's out there doing it with one hand, and like he's like, oh, let me see you play the synth with one hand and hold the phone and record at the same time. You can't do this on the older MPCs. And basically, I think the person was taking a shot at me, but I can't tell. I don't really know, right? It's an older gentleman too, which was kind of mind-boggling to me, because it's like now you got an older gentleman spreading this information, and basically what they were just trying to say in all reality, but they put a whole bunch of stuff in the video, was the workflow. So the workflow of being able to take a MIDI keyboard or a keyboard workstation, plug it up to the MPC, and be able to play like the plugins, the VST plugins on there, like Fabric and stuff like that. But the person never mentioned anything about how the sound. How does it sound? You know what I'm saying? The person was going into like how well they was able to move and create much faster. But we already know this information already. But see how people get on YouTube and they make videos, and they twist your minds. They bring you back into their matrix. And I'm trying to break you out of it. We all know that you could plug up a MIDI keyboard to any of these machines, man. It doesn't even have to be the MPC. It'd be a bunch of machines. And if you hit the keys and play, you could get sound out of it, and you could do it pretty quickly. Not to say that you can't do the same thing on the older hardware. Like, you can't load up samples and get that sample to do what it do. The workflow is a lot slower, probably. Maybe it doesn't have as much sample time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? But it doesn't make those machines inferior to these new machines. And the main reason why is because of the sound. And we are talking about sound, guys. Train your ears, right? Instead of buying more gear. So if you train your ears and you understand what these machines sound like, how they're different, then you should make intentful decisions on your purchases. So I'm not going to buy the new MPC XL just because I can move quicker, and I could play Fabric XL much faster, and I could record the MIDI notes much faster, and I could get to an audio file much faster. No, I'd rather purchase a piece of gear first that has a great sound before I actually go into the MPC XL, the MPC Live 3, or the MPC Live Mark II. So I will get a keyboard workstation properly, or I would just buy a real piano, real world piano. You understand, guys? So a lot of people out here are trying to get their point across and do it in a way that they control your mind. I'm not trying to control your mind, guys. Not at all. I'm just trying to tell you, make intentful decisions. Be very, very knowledgeable about the choices that you are making, guys. Don't watch somebody on YouTube playing a synth and say, "Oh, this is amazing. My workflow is great." And they're not even saying that the MPC XL sounds better than the MPC 60 or MPC 3000 or whatever the guy was saying. And you know what I'm saying? That's the argument. We're talking about sound, not work. Everything is workflow, guys. Everything is workflow. Let's get this straight. No matter if you're working with old gear, new gear, doesn't matter if it has low RAM, a little bit of cores, a lot of RAM, a lot of cores, wires. It doesn't matter. It's all workflow. They the new stuff is a copy and a clone of the old stuff, which was workflow. So I don't understand why they're trying to act like what they're doing now is much better. It's not much better. It would be much better. It would be if the workflow and the sound met at the same point in life, in time. That's when it would be better, which would be the ultimate machine, the hybrid modular type of machine that they won't do because it would crash the market and it would take other companies out of business because they keep it all divided. You make keyboards, you stay over there. You make samplers, you stay over there. You make wires, you stay over there. You know what I'm saying? You understand, guys? So, when, guys, keep sending me the information. Keep sending me stuff, guys. I'll keep breaking it down. But when they're talking about the MPC XL and they're talking about sound, no. The MPC Live Mark III and they're talking about sound and the first sound that they're talking about comes from those machines? No. Now they're talking about the MPC XL, but the first sound comes from another piece of hardware or like acoustic environment, then we could talk. But even still, then we got to make sure that stuff is good. You're not gonna go get a cheap guitar and then say, "Oh, I'm using a cheap guitar," but it's you know what I'm saying? It's a real good sound, and I'm putting it into the MPC. No, don't get a cheap guitar and think like it's a good sound. You got to get something. You have to purchase with intent. I can't even tell you. You gotta go to stores and listen to the guitars. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got to understand if the guitar needs a amplifier, and then that goes into the MPC or the computer. Like man, listen. This your boy 005 Dynasty. Don't forget to Google me. I'm about to get up for my day. Website's almost done, guys. Website's almost done. I can't wait to finish this. It's going to be popping, guys. It's going to be popping. But you guys have a great day. You guys have a great day. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. But the website is literally almost here. I'm really working. I'm working around the clock on it, guys. I'm working around the clock on it. Got my philosophy. I'm showing y'all too much, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Don't forget to Google me. Peace out.